Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Harakah, Kadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the all four elect. Um, it's another prophecy and news coming at you, and this is from the Washington Free Beacon. The title reads, ISIS warns of terror strikes in San Francisco, New York, and London. Um, Kill them all, slit their throats, watch them die. Now we know ISIS is basically an arm of the CIA. It's part of uh, a war tactic known as false flags, or how could you say, for lack of a better word, false flag. I know there's another name for this, what's being initiated with this ISIS and these things, but basically their key job is to basically implement fear. I believe it's part of the Hegelian dialect, problem, reaction, solution, where this is a ISIS, this terrorist organization is creating a problem which makes the people engage in a certain with a certain form of reaction, and then they bring around, you know, um, a solution that really works in their favor, in line with that, the Latin saying or quote that goes "Coup bono," which basically means who benefits. So when anything happens on this earth, that's the first question you got to ask: who benefits? Because that will usually reverse engineer your way to the most reasonable, the most, you get the truth that way basically, and understand who benefits the most and who would do such a thing to gain footing in whatever desire they need. Okay, they seek for. So this article reads the ISIS terrorist organization is threatening to launch new attacks in San Francisco, New York, and London, according to the new warning messages posted on the group's social media channels. Now, why are you gonna give your enemies a heads up before you do an attack? There weren't no heads up for 9/11, was there? The only heads up I know of is the fact that certain people weren't told to come into work, and they prepared in something in line with the insurance companies. All right, but the main thing is there was a heads up for them not to go to work. All right, so why are these lot giving them a heads up? This is just fear mongering. All right, and for a specific reaction. The messages carried across the internet via the Telegram networking website feature the three cities and call for adherents of terror groups' radical ideology to kill them all, according to the copies of the warnings obtained by the Middle East Media Research Institute, or the MEMRI, a group that monitors jihad networks. And even what a message like that can do is can bring about. I know there's a specific term for these people, but I want to say homegrown terrorism, but it's more so just people that they they get triggered off of things like this. And I don't mean Manchurian candidates. I just mean someone that sees the general portrayal of things going out there in the media, and they react off their own impulses, and they ain't being set up by no one. So that might be another reason why things like this are being put out there, to find like some naturally groomed terrorists out there as well. The pro-Islamic state ISIS Ashraf Media Foundation shared 5 posters on Telegram which threatened and encouraged terror attacks in the West. According to information compiled by MEMRI, the posters are captioned in the poor English and feature background images of San Francisco, New York City, and London. The Ashraf Media Group is, and these lot have a bloody media group. How come they ain't been shut down and they ain't found of the source of this information? I mean, God, like, what have you found? Bloody Osama bin Laden in some cave in the fucking Middle East somewhere. How can you not find who's publishing this form of information online and keep it behind closed doors? Because even I know from um, being told by someone in the court system, and magistrates, mind you, magistrates, the lowest level of um, of the court system in the UK basically said that look, it's unbelievable how much how much terrorism has been stopped. Like the amount, it's like every time we come in, there's just something to do with terrorism. That was like 2 3 years ago. Now you imagine if that's how many cases got going on in the background. How comes a big thing like this can't be, nipped in the bud straight away? And we're talking about some little any youth from around the way trying to do something, but something big like this where they're posted online and making grandiose threats, they ain't tracking them down. But everything has a reason, and it's to serve a purpose. All right. So the Ashraf Media Group is believed to be based in Indonesia and or operated by Indonesians. So what? They ain't gone down there and dropped no bombs in Indonesia. Then man, you have man that in Libya, terrorizing fucking their own people and shit, or another set of people, and you're ready to go down there and put them in order. But now you got man threatening the country, and you're not prepared to go over there and set them in order. It don't sound right to me, all right? But it's an agenda, all right? Go and answer the call. One of the posters states, "Don't spare none. Kill them all. It is now time to rise. Slit their throats. Watch them die." Right. Another poster featuring a man in a suicide bomb vest standing in what appears to be a downtown Manhattan urges ISIS followers to slaughter them all. Fucking hell. An additional poster features London's Big Ben burning in the background under the caption, "Oh Crusaders, oh Crusaders, indeed you are weak and powerless. The soldiers of Allah gonna be immediately gonna be immediately come to your country and will destroy the Crusaders everywhere." MEMRI noted ISIS enemies, mainly Russia, the US, France, and the UK, are often referred to as Crusaders in ISIS rhetoric. Alright? So, yeah, that's the article. Now, the main shit, I didn't mean to reload it. So, the main reason why these things have been. The main reason why this is being displayed is really to form, you know, generate fear amongst the people in order for them to basically adhere to um, um, the ideals of the kingdom, all right, and basically the new world order that's set to come. Fucking hell, my mind's drawing blanks, man. I wanted to grab a scripture. It's right on the back of my mind. I'm just gonna go with a very simple one. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna start with this. Revelation 6 and 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him with him. And power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Now, this pale horse that's being spoke of, sorry, it's talking about Esau, alright? This is the one I wanted to read. It's luckier. Uh, Revelation 6 and 3. All right. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red. Okay. Now that should engage your mind. A red horse. Horse denotes power in biblical symbology. Okay, because that's where you know the, it, it shows power. All right, and the red goes back to the red that Esau was born, when Esau was born, being red all over, because he had leprosy, translucent skin, which allowed his blood to show forth. All right, and that's why he gained the name Edom, other one, which means red. Okay, and power was given on to him. And if you don't believe me, this is going to further compound that point. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Now, when Esau received the blessing, when he cried unto Isaac his father, "Give me one blessing, even one also, father," he said, he basically told him, "Look, you have the rule of the fatness of earth, but by thy sword shalt thou rule." So when you rule by the sword, what does that mean? You're inflicting warfare upon the earth. And when there's the time, it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes, a time for war and a time for peace. So if those are the two, the Lord made everything in twos. If those are the two sides of the spectrum, it means when there's no peace, it means there'll have to be war. All right. So basically, anytime he had rulership over the earth, he engaged in war. And that's how this man, the so-called white man who's Esau today, I mean, who calls himself today, who's Esau, according to his biblical nationality, which is true nationality, Ashashwa, way to the way is he, basically has taken peace from the earth, alright? And ultimately it says, and that's why you have these, the point being, that's why you have these cells like ISIS, because this is a form of rulership by the sword, right? All of this Islamic terrorism is really something that's been engineered by the elites of this society, all right, for a greater control over the people, all right, and that they should kill one another. So ultimately, they're gonna kill one another because it's gonna come to a head where, if, as it says, if Satan be divided against Satan, how shall his kingdom stand? You're gonna have Russia and the West basically really starting with America, Babylon the Great, go head to head with each other, whereby alongside Russia is going to be the European nations that were once at peace with America. They're going to launch all their nuclear weapons onto America, and America is going to, hit up some parts of them as well with their nuclear warheads. But for the most part, America is going to turn into a desert wasteland. All right, and this is why, because if you live by the sword, you shall die by the sword, and that sword that he rules with is what's going to be the death of him, nuclear weapon. All right, and there was given unto him a great sword, and that was it. The ICBM, as it tells you in the book of Isaiah. So with that, that's the point. They're saying that there's terrorist attacks going to take place in London. But the point being, this is, as far as that, I don't know nothing about that. But it's more so the point of the message being pushed out there is to perpetuate more fear amongst the people and a search for security in the government, in the respective governments of those nations, in hopes of security. They're willing to alleviate their their freedoms, as it happened in Egypt. It tells you that this kingdom spiritually Sodom and Egypt. In Egypt, what happened when there was a famine, when they couldn't eat no more, they gave up all their freedoms, all their possessions for the sake of some food in their mouth. And this is the same thing all over again, all right, being played out in this modern day and age. So with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.